It sounds too strange to be true. A small razor blade, the kind you use to shave, can help make fire. Not with a lighter, not with matches, but with almost nothing at all. During war, when tools were rare and time was short, people had to think fast. Soldiers, prisoners, and survivors learned tricks that were never written in books. Tricks that could mean the difference between life and death. This is one of those forgotten tricks, a quiet secret from a hard time, a simple idea, but also a clever one. It shows how the human mind can turn a small object into a powerful tool. Today we bring that idea back to life and we show you how it works, step by step, in a way anyone can understand. In the middle of war, fire was not just for comfort, it was survival. Fire gave warmth on cold nights. It helped cook food that could otherwise make you sick. It scared away animals and gave light in the dark. But here is the problem. Matches run out, lighters break, fuel is not always there, so people had to find other ways. They looked at what they had, not what they wished they had. A small piece of metal, a bit of wire, even a blade, could become something more. This is where the razor blade comes in. It was common, easy to carry, and very sharp. But more than that, it could do something most people never think about. Now let us slow down and look at what makes this trick work. A razor blade is made of metal. Metal can carry heat and electricity. When electricity passes through a thin part of metal, that part gets very hot, very fast. Think about a light bulb wire. It glows because electricity runs through it. The same idea works here, but on a much smaller scale. If you can control where the heat builds up, you can make that spot glow red, even hot enough to start a fire. That is the secret. Not magic, not luck, just simple science used in a smart way. So what do you need? First, a razor blade. Second, a small power source, like a battery. Third, something that can catch fire, like dry grass, paper, or cotton. Now here is the clever part. The blade is not used as it is slightly changed. A small cut or break is made in the middle. This creates a weak point, a thin area where heat can build up fast. When the battery is connected to both sides of the blade, electricity flows. But at that thin point, the resistance is higher. That is where the heat forms. In seconds, that spot begins to glow. This is the moment that matters. The blade starts to glow, and you must be ready. Your dry material should be close, almost touching that hot point. As the metal heats up, it becomes bright, almost like a tiny sun. Then slowly the dry material begins to smoke. A soft line of gray rises into the air. You blow gently, not too hard, just enough to feed it. Then it happens. A small flame appears. It is weak at first, but it is alive. You add more dry material, slowly building the flame. From a cold blade and a simple battery, you now have fire. Stories like this come from times when people had no choice but to be creative. During the war, many were trapped, cut off from supplies. They had to use what they could find. A razor blade was easy to hide. A battery could come from a radio or small device. Together they became a lifeline. This was not something taught in schools. It was passed from person to person, often in whispers, often in secret. That is why so few people know about it today. But now you do. Now we must be honest. This trick is simple, but it is not without risk. Metal can get very hot, hot enough to burn skin. Batteries can fail if used the wrong way. So this is not a toy, it is a skill. It must be used with care and respect. Always keep your hands safe. Always work in a place where fire will not spread out of control. The goal is survival, not danger. When used the right way, this trick can help. When used the wrong way, it can harm. You may ask, why learn this now? We have lighters, stoves, and easy tools. But the truth is, things can fail. Power can go out. You can get lost. You can be far from help. Skills like this give you options. They give you confidence. You are no longer fully dependent on modern tools. You carry knowledge, and that knowledge can save you. It is not about fear. It is about being ready, being calm, being able to act when others cannot. This is more than just a fire trick. It is a lesson about thinking, about seeing more in simple things. A razor blade is not just for shaving. A battery is not just for power. Together they become something new. That is the mindset of survival. You look at the world in a different way. You ask, what can this do? Not just what is it for? That kind of thinking can help in many ways, not just in the wild, but in life. So now you know the razor blade fire hack. A small trick from a hard time brought back into the light. It is simple, smart, and powerful. If this taught you something new or made you think in a different way, then you are already ahead. Keep learning, keep exploring. There are many more hidden ideas like this waiting to be found. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe to True Historia. Tell us what you think in the comments and let us know what you want to see next. Your ideas could shape the next story we bring to life. Until then, stay curious, stay ready and never stop learning.